Welcome back. This is episode 140 of the NYYST podcast. I'm your host, Christian. As always, joined by my co-host, Chris.
You.
And this guy, I mean, really, bro. The Yankees are playing the Dodgers. Sunday Night Baseball, rubber game, possible World Series preview, and this guy's doing a fantasy football draft.
We know he's more into football than anything else. So
It's a bit of, you know what? I kind of lost a little bit of respect for him. To be honest with you.
Well, what are you going to do? We got the game on, so I don't know how long they're going to keep us live for, but we going to try it out. Okay. So we tried to come on last inning, right? Or at least at the start of this inning, and before we could even get live, the Dodgers friggin' hit a home run already.
Is that what happened?
Did he hit a home run, right?
Yeah, thanks. What was I going to say? Yeah, usually what we like to do, as you guys that have followed the show, probably something that we started last year. When the Yankees play Sunday Night Baseball, we like to come on early on Sunday, give you the show as kind of a preview of the game, and unfortunately we weren't able to do that today. Timing did not work out well, so we decided that we were going to go live while the game was on. And this will still drop Monday morning in case you want to listen in your regular time that you listen to us. But for those of you that can't wait, we're streaming live on YouTube right now, and you can hear our thoughts on what's happened this past week as oh, my God, that's a terrible stat. Domingo Germán's allowed 15 home runs in his last 8 starts.
15 home runs?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And, listen to our thoughts on this game and what's been happening in real time here. So, it was a rough week for the Yankees. We don't have to go too deep into it, but they lost a series. They got swept in Oakland. I was talking to somebody about this today. There's one team, no matter how good they are, a team always has that one team, that one place where they don't play well.
Yeah, and it seems to be Oakland for the Yankees, and I mean their record's abysmal there.
I believe, what is it, like it's 7-23 since 2000?
Yeah, something crazy like that. Not good.
So
I'm tweeting. Don't mind me. I'm just tweeting out that we're live.
That was a good AB there for Germán there to come back and get Seager on 3 pitches. He looked really good there. But, the game starts tonight. You got the big fundy. DJ LeMahieu leads off with a home run. And, Germán takes the mound, and that lead lasts all of 1 pitch because then he allowed a leadoff home run.
Isn't it funny?
It's not funny when he gives up home runs.
No, it's not funny when he gives up home runs, but isn't it funny how the Yankees just look like a completely different team against the Dodgers than they did against the A's? Just like showing up to the occasion. It's almost like they were like, all right, fuck it. We're going to take a 3-game break in Oakland, and we'll come back for LA.
I don't think they looked at it that way, that they were taking a vacation.
No, but it's almost like they did that. It's pretty much like that.
I don't know what it is.
Well, it's almost like we're asleep, they're asleep, and they just kind of shit the bed. I can't believe they still got us going live here with the video stream. Wild.
This is something that I wanted to bring up that I saw this earlier in the week when Germán pitched in Oakland. One of the big things that we're going to talk about now until the end of the season because the division's pretty much a formality at this point. The Yankees are up 8 games still. Tampa lost today to the Baltimore Orioles. Everybody was freaking out. Oh, the Yankees are playing the Dodgers, and what's going to happen when Tampa plays the Rays? Well, Tampa lost 2 games to the Rays. There's an old expression that you can't predict baseball, and you really can't.
Kind of like how Sterling says it. You mean?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to fill in the blanks for people.
Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's an old expression that you can't predict baseball.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know if that was Sterling saying, to be honest.
It's his, okay, Susan?
That's his, strictly?
It's
a big out right here, man.
You want to give credit to somebody else because
I don't know. I'm sure that was a.
No, it's John's. It's John's.
I'll give it to John. He came on our show. You come on our show, I'll give you the quote.
So, as I was saying here, the Yankees really what they're going to be looking for down the stretch here is maybe how they want to set up the rotation, who's going to be in the rotation. One guy that kind of put a rubber stamp on his postseason, availability, I guess, for lack of a better term, is James Paxton, who had a great start Friday night.
You know, I did a bonus episode the other day, right?
Yeah, I know you did.
And I talked about that. And I pretty much said that if he didn't show up the other night, if he didn't show up Friday night, you're not going to sit there and say he can't perform in October. But if he does show up, you're going to be pretty confident that he can step up in the big game. And he showed up. Was that his best?
One of his best starts.
You think the Boston start was better?
Well, overall numbers-wise, it looked a lot better. But given the circumstances with the Yankees in Dodger Stadium coming off a sweep, I think the Yankees were kind of reeling a little bit early in the season too, but maybe this one meant a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think this one meant a lot more. You said he didn't go?
They said he didn't go. As I was trying to get around to the point here, as you try to maybe line up your rotation here, do you think about throwing Domingo Germán in Game 1? You know Tanaka is your playoff ace, right? You know that,
right?
Okay? You know Paxton probably deserves a start. But when I read you this right now, does it change your mind about making sure that Domingo Germán pitches at Yankee Stadium? Domingo Germán, in 10 games, 9 starts, because remember he had that one game where he backed up CC.
Right.
That's gone.
Jesus Christ.
No, Talk is there.
You got to talk.
Talky talk. So Germán gets out of trouble in the first, allowing just a leadoff home run there.
And way too many base runners.
So in 56 and a third innings at home this year, Domingo Germán has a 2.24 ERA. He's allowed 14 earned runs and 9 home runs, right?
Okay.
Now, the ERA on the road in 65 innings is a little bit, it's up from this a little bit right now, but coming into today, it's 5.82.
On the road?
On the road.
Okay. He also had one really bad start.
Where he's allowed
where he
42 runs on the road and now 43 runs and 19 home runs on the road.
He also had a really bad start, though. One of his starts, he gave up like 7 runs in 3 or 4 innings or something.
Okay.
So
on the road,
how inflated is that? I don't know if it was on the road.
I'm telling
That's
you,
what I'm saying.
on the road.
So it's inflated by one game.
All his bad starts have been on the road.
But now,
remarkably,
we have
though,
an issue because
now it's changed. But remarkably, coming into this game today, he's walked 14 at home, walked 14 on the road.
Okay, but here's the issue we run into because we talked about it last episode. James Paxton is much better at home now.
Not that much better at home.
He's a lot better at home.
Not 3 runs better. That's the difference.
Yeah. What was his road versus home? I wasn't fully paying attention to you.
It's 2.2 something. I'm off the page now. It's 2.2 something to 5.82.
So it's a drastic difference.
Oh, it's very drastic.
It's huge.
Paxton, his home road splits here. What the hell is going on?
People are banging downstairs. They're pissed.
They're pissed at what?
Pissed at me, probably.
Okay. No, that's not what I want. Home and away here. Paxton, 13 games started at home, 56 innings. He's allowed 29 runs and 10 home runs for an ERA of 4.02. Away, 10 games, 4.91, 55 innings, 30 runs, 11 home runs. But so
I don't know, because here's my thing with Domingo Germán, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know regardless what he's going to give me.
But I think why don't you feel more comfortable with him at home just based on those numbers?
I do, but
that's 3 runs difference. That's reverse Sonny Gray.
Yeah, but here's my thing, right? Is the big moment going to eat him up regardless of where he is? I've never seen him in the postseason. Yeah, I've never seen Paxton in the postseason either, but James Paxton has proven over how many years in his career that he has the makeup of someone who doesn't really let the big moment eat him up.
I'm gonna look at Tanaka's splits, even though you want to talk about inflation,
Meaningless, just completely meaningless.
because
It doesn't
of
matter.
those 2 games against the Red Sox. So his road ERA is probably like 100. Is Gardner gonna beat that out?
Oh, you mother!
I hate the Dodgers. I really do.
They bother you?
They bother me after this series. They really do.
You people can chat with us, I hope the video feed's not messed up. Why do you not? Why did the Dodgers bother you?
I don't know. That shit with Muncy yesterday pissed me off.
What happened with Muncy?
Well, he was involved in that whole play yesterday.
I couldn't fully watch yesterday though.
All right,
I was at a 30th birthday party.
Tanaka's home, and again, you want to talk about inflation. This includes those 2 Red Sox games, the one in London and then the one where Boone let him in to give up 11 runs. But Tanaka at home, 3.26 in 85 innings. That's 31 earned runs. And then Tanaka on the road, 6.58 in 64 innings, allowing 47 runs.
Yeah, but I don't care what his splits are. He's that good in the postseason.
So you're running into an issue now where it looks like
where no one can pitch on the road.
No one can pitch on the road. But Paxton's numbers are closer together home road.
You're right.
So do you go Tanaka, Herman, Paxton then? Is that
and here's another thing too. Paxton just proved himself on the road on a big stage in LA. So does that give you a little more confidence regardless of what his splits are that he can handle it on the road?
His splits aren't that terrible though.
No, but they're more than a run difference.
It's not more than a run difference.
Yes, it is.
It's 4.0 something to 4.9.
Yes, now it is. The other day it was 5.20.
Okay, but it's not. But these guys have 3 runs difference in a split.
Right. I mean, that's pretty drastic. That's drastic. In that case, if I'm giving Domingo Herman the ball, right? If I'm giving him the ball in the postseason, then he's never touching the ball on the road. You can't let that happen.
I mean, if you can avoid it happening, that's what you do. That's what I'm saying.
You have to avoid that happening.
I think some people had the idea of maybe splitting the righties up and putting Paxton in the middle, but I don't think you can do that, seeing those numbers. And what's wrong with Urshela now?
He always fouls balls off his leg. That's all he does. That and hit 340. What's he hitting right now?
I don't know, but he's been I don't know.
Been in a slump.
He's been now. He's down.
He had a few hits the other day.
He's down to 7 now.
Down to 7 what?
And 7th in the lineup. Remember, he's hitting 3rd and 4th earlier in the week.
Okay.
Now he's batting 7.
So
he cooled down a little bit.
Yeah, really cooled down, dude. He's hitting 333.
Oh, there's a ground out right there.
He's hurt. It's on right now.
So when you're hitting 338 on Monday and you're hitting 333 on Sunday, doesn't that mean that
he also doesn't have as many at bats as everyone else?
What does that have to do with anything? His number, it doesn't drop that much where like he's losing 3 points for an out.
like on opening week?
Yeah.
When the guy goes from hitting 500 to 150.
I think what we really need to talk about is these abominations that these teams are
wearing.
Can
we please? I like them a little more than I did.
Nope. Hate them.
Because someone said it's like
stupid.
It's like Star Wars, like the evil empire wearing black. So I kind of like them a little better for the Yankees' sake.
But everybody's wearing them.
No, I know. I'm just saying in general.
You want to know how dumb it is? That the pitcher of the home team still has to wear a black cap. So the batter doesn't lose the ball.
So why not choose a color where the pitcher doesn't need to worry about wearing a different hat?
How about like they just did the last 2 years when they did Players Weekend? Have the uniforms based around the team's actual colors. That was fine.
It's such a joke.
Look, I know what they're doing. I don't mind it. They want to sell more jerseys. They want to have more, quote, fun. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. But, this is ridiculous. Like, the first time I saw it was Friday night because the Yankees were in L.A., so I put on the Met game. And you remember, I don't know if you ever did this, but when you were younger and you had the big box set TVs, you used to be able to adjust the brightness on the TV?
No, I wasn't born in 1970.
Neither was I, dickhead. But you used to go on there and play around with the settings, and you used to turn the brightness all the way up, and that's what it looked like. Like that's what the Mets uniforms look like.
Yeah, it
is
looked
when
like
you turn the brightness all the way up.
It looked like they took a bath in bleach before the game. It's just too much. And why mess with the Dodgers and the Yankees uniforms? Like, why would you pick this weekend? Did someone think that was a good idea, or did it happen by accident?
No, I don't know. They probably. I mean, I don't know. They could have did it last weekend. They're not going to do it next weekend because that's Labor Day weekend, and they got to sell their USA caps.
Right.
So I don't know. If I was them, maybe they should have thought about spreading it out a little bit, because now you're going to hit people up for the Players Weekend jerseys, and then you're going to hit them up for their America jerseys.
Can people buy the cleats? I know Didi's like auctioning his off or something.
I'm sure that some of the players will actually do auctions, but as far as going into Modell's and buying cleats, I don't see it. No, you can't do that.
They should. I think they should sell them to their market. Not that I would ever wear any of them if I still played baseball.
Well, why don't you just take the cleats off?
What do you mean?
Just have the cleats taken out and wear them as sneakers.
No, thank you.
Why not?
Who do you think had the best cleats?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that shit.
Can you believe these two? Not to cut you off here in the commercial here, we got Yelich and Bellinger, which was a play on their MVP race last year. Now they're up for it again. I'm hearing Bellinger 1, Yelich 2.
Did you just see what Cody Bellinger's numbers are?
No, I haven't fully paid attention.
He's hitting over 300. He's got 42 home runs and 100 runs batted in.
Jesus Christ.
On the best team in baseball.
He's got 100 runs batted in already? He's that good, this kid? His dad wasn't that good.
No, his dad was a Haminator, but this kid's the real deal. Have you never heard of him before?
Yes, I have, of course. I didn't realize he was that good. I mean, I knew he was after last year, but I didn't know he was going to keep up those type of numbers, man. How about Yelich, too? Yelich has been in the league for a few years now, but now all of a sudden he's MVP every year?
I guess getting out of Miami.
Oh, boy. What's going on here? A little volcano action?
Yeah, because there's tons of volcanoes in Los Angeles.
Is there volcanoes in L.A.? Holy shit.
It's going to be a close race between Bellinger and...
We got a little comment. We got BC23. If the game gets out of hand either way, Muncy should get a fastball between the shoulder blades. I agree. So what did Muncy do? Can you explain it to me again?
I don't know. He said that he pulled like a little soccer move to keep. I don't know. He kind of admitted that he was being kind of jerky on
so
that
he
play.
Deserves one.
Oh, absolutely. But what did we say? Bellinger's hitting 314 with 42 home runs and 100 runs batted in. Well, Yelich is batting 328 with 41 home runs and 89 runs batted in.
So Bellinger has it.
And no nerds.
Bellinger,
I don't care.
But wait, Bellinger, how many? I want to know how many RBIs exactly he has.
100.
100 on the dot.
Yes, that's what is that what?
Wow.
And no nerds. I'm not giving his WOBA
or B-WAR.
His WOBA or his ERA plus. Even I know that's a pitcher stat. I don't care. Okay, I care about run production. Okay, that's what matters to me.
Okay.
That's the thing about analytics. It's like it's gotten out of control. Like they have analytics that tell you what you should have done. Like
right.
Because you hit the ball this hard, you should have done this. So we're going to create this stat.
It doesn't matter what you actually did.
And yeah, I get it. That's how the Yankees found some of these guys like Tauchman and Voit based on, exit. Yeah, give me guys exit velo. Like if a guy has a high exit velocity and a low batting average, yeah, I can put that together in my mind.
But those numbers are great for scouting. I agree with that. But to evaluate then a player's performance and results based off of those numbers, sometimes it gets out of hand for me. Sometimes.
Like his WRC, I don't even know what half of this shit is. And you're just gonna make us sound stupid, and you don't want to say that we're a credible podcast because I don't follow analytics. I don't care. That's not what I got into this for, to be a math nerd. Okay.
Do you think part of it is that we're just ignorant and we won't learn it? Like, do you think if we actually took the time to learn it, we'd appreciate the stats more?
I don't care. I don't care. Okay, so now batting. We know batting average doesn't mean anything anymore, right? So we were told that. We know wins
Right.
don't mean anything now.
Right.
Now the new thing moving in is that runs batted in don't mean anything. How many runs a
What?
guy drives in doesn't mean anything.
Right, because because that means some players have more opportunity because they're on better offenses. So players who have more RBIs, sometimes it's not fair to just judge it off of that. Correct? That's the argument?
That's pretty
right?
much the argument. Yeah.
I was like, come on, when do we stop that though? Like, when do we sit there and say, like, some of it has to do with your team, right? This isn't a one-man sport. You're valuable not just based off of what you do alone.
All right, so give me like something
but what
like
your team does around you.
Give me something like percentage of runners driven in, like, or.
But let me ask you this. Right? Let's talk MVP. Let's talk about a guy like Justin Verlander, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Justin Verlander, right? Because your biggest argument with Justin Verlander and his resurgence is that he was on some bullshit team where it was putting him to bed every night, pretty much. He couldn't stand being on the team anymore. And when he came to an actual competitor, he turned it back on, right? So how much did his team...
Oh, no. You're talking about Justin Verlander.
I'm talking about Verlander. That's what I just said.
Yeah, I know. You're talking about the pine tar.
Oh, he cheats.
The spin rate.
Right. But listen, seriously, how much did his team affect his performance? A great deal, no?
He wasn't terrible.
Oh, he was fucking terrible in Detroit,
He wasn't terrible.
But come on, compared to what he is now?
No, he's back
how
to
much
being
did his team affect his how valuable he was?
I'm sure going to a team that had playoff aspirations woke something up in him. He had a 3.82 when he got traded. It's not terrible. I mean, no, that's not something. It's not what you would expect out of Justin Verlander, but.
So my point is, there's got to be a little bit of a team aspect when it comes to MVP, right? You got to say that a team does matter. What team you're on does matter. And to me, I think RBI, regardless of what team you're on, should be a very heavily weighted stat. Sorry. I will never sit here and say RBIs don't matter.
Well, DJ LeMahieu has 89 more chances to drive in runs than Mike Trout does because the Yankees have a higher team on base percentage. That would be the argument, So that's why he can drive in more runs.
Stupid. No shit. I mean, what are we going to start penalizing guys for being on good teams?
Yeah, but I mean, now, how big of a deal was it back in the day for a guy to win a Triple Crown? 2 to 3 stats are kind of like shit on by the analytic crowd.
Right. It's bullshit.
Like, what would that mean to, how celebrated
Why
was
are
that?
we watching Clayton Kershaw in the Dominican Republic?
I think it was Tijuana.
It said Dominican Republic.
Did it? I thought it said Tijuana.
Isn't Tijuana? That's
in Mexico.
Then maybe it was Mexico and now Dominican Republic.
I don't know, but these are like streetwalkers.
It looks like he's picking up hookers here. What's going on?
It looks like part of the Corazon commercial.
I missed the Corazon commercial. You've been asking me all week who Eric Cole is. It's a douchebag I cannot stand.
Well, why is he? But you don't know him personally.
No. I just can't stand his commercial.
I suffered a slap tear at 41.
They told me I was never going to play baseball again.
Never.
Are you kidding me? Montefiore.
Like, who's drafting what professional baseball league is drafting a 41-year-old after a slap tear?
Right. Of course we start going live after all the excitement happens. This is going to be a friggin' pitcher's duel all night.
Okay. So.
Not that I don't love pitcher's duels, man.
So
I was shocked that the Yankees scored as many runs as they did. I can't believe what kind of season. What's his name? Ryu? He's having a friggin' phenomenal year.
Yeah, he's probably the front runner for the Cy Young in the National League.
Who's better than him right now? I mean, his ERA is gonna shoot through the roof a little bit after the other night.
Herman should just stand there with the bat in his hands. That's it. Don't even think about swinging it.
I said that the other day when I was doing the show with Paxton. Please just don't even swing.
You want to talk about bad hitting pitchers. Paxton is probably the worst looking hitter I've ever
but
seen
he
in my
had
life.
some good cuts.
No, dude, he's like 0 for 12 with 12 strikeouts
I
in his
know,
career.
but he had some good, decent cuts.
I don't know what you were watching.
He had a nice
He
foul
looked
ball.
completely lost.
He had
Like
a nice
he
foul
didn't
ball.
even belong. He didn't even belong. Like I bet you could have got your son to strike him out. And your son's what, 3 years old? He's going to be 3.
Not
Your
even
son,
3.
Your son would have struck out James Paxton. That's how bad James Paxton
Probably.
is.
Did you see my prediction on his line? I was almost dead on.
What line? The one that you sniffed?
I wish I had a fucking line. I'll do one right now.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, there's my son on the TV
Cocaine?
right now. Cocaine's heavy drug. I predicted his line pretty much. Dead on. I said he was going to go 7 1/3.
Wrong.
4 hits. Wrong. 2 earned runs. 10 strikeouts. He went 6 2/3. 5 hits. 2 earned runs. 11 strikeouts.
Yeah, what do you win for that? You don't win anything
This
for
is
being
pretty
close.
damn good, though. Most people would have been like, no, it's James Paxton. He's going to give up 5 earned runs in the first inning. When James Paxton gets through the first inning, you know he's going to have a good game. When he doesn't, it's a toss-up. Here's Big Fundy.
Like here, DJ LeMahieu, 87 runs batted in. But that's because he plays on it. They're going to tell you, he plays on a good team, so he has more chances to drive in runs. Well, but
So let's put him on a shitty team then, so he has a better chance of winning MVP.
Is that what you want to do?
I mean, come on. Give me a break. He's got some good numbers against Kershaw, huh?
Well, they played a lot. They played against each other a lot. He is originally from Colorado.
Colorado Rockies.
Mike Trout has how many RBI? Trout's got 99 RBIs, so he's got more RBIs, more home runs. The only thing that LeMahieu's really got him on is batting average. Trout's gonna win the MVP, and he should, honestly.
Yeah, he
should.
absolutely should. I don't disagree with that.
What is this? Clayton Kershaw. Now tell me,
I don't know if our audio's been on this whole time for the stream.
why do you say that?
Oh, no. It is. All right. We're good. I didn't think it was.
Now tell me if you notice anything different with Aaron Judge at the plate. Doesn't it look like his stance is different from even last week?
I don't think so, really.
When I don't ever remember him resting the bat on his shoulder to begin the at bat.
Okay, that's not a difference in his at bat though.
He's obviously doing
his
it.
batting stance.
That's obviously, yes, it is. Why is he doing it then?
Well, maybe they're telling him he needs to like calm the fuck down a little. You know. That's gone.
Did he get it?
That's gone. That's so gone. See ya.
He hit one Friday, right? He hit one Friday. That's 3 games in a row with a home run for Aaron Judge.
Wow. I was just about to say, too, he looks so different at the plate. He just looks so much better at the plate. And you know what? I'll take it right now. Right? Like, I'll take this slump for as long as it's been.
He's not really in a slump anymore.
No, I meant, like, I'll take all that if he's going to turn it on now.
See, that's you know what? I hate every time we come on here. It's like something else we got to take the fans to task about. Like when he was really like deep in this slump, like everybody turned on this guy.
Man,
is he not allowed to slump? Was there a memo sent out?
Look, this is pretty cool. This 3D shit.
It's 4D.
4D, whatever.
Was there like a memo sent out that said Aaron Judge is not allowed to be in a slump?
Well, I think the problem was that he was hurt, slumping. Last year, he was hurt, so you didn't get that full season out of him. And I think fans started, because you just got to love to just be as negative as possible. I think fans started to get to a point where they were like, is he the real deal? Like, did his first season, does that count?
He was so good last year, though. He really was.
He was phenomenal. He was just hurt.
And again, you want to say the guy's injury prone, but okay, in 2016 when he had his cup of coffee, had the oblique.
Cup of coffee.
Okay. Why? Oh, that's not good.
What?
That's Mike Ford.
Oh, Jesus Christ. For who?
Wasn't Didi batting third? That's not good.
Great.
Keep talking.
Talk. Well, now I'm a little distressed.
Yeah, something's definitely wrong with Didi because why else would...
Well, what happened? Did we see anything?
maybe
Did we miss it?
he got hit by a pitch. Maybe it just got him in a bad spot, and maybe it's swelled up on him.
So now maybe Muncy should really take one next inning.
It's just, why does it have to be that type of season? Why?
It's just going to be. It just is. But you know what? If they can be healthy come October.
So I guess now they're going to, what's going to happen? DJ goes to second, Glaber will go short, and Ford will play first base.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Can we please I can't wait for Luke Voigt to come back. I'm tired of looking at Mike Ford, honestly.
I don't mind him that much,
Dude.
but I obviously want Voigt to be back, which he should be back Friday, I believe.
He's such a he looks like a fucking softball player.
Who?
Mike Ford. Like you go to any beer league softball team that's playing a doubleheader on a Sunday, they got 8 guys that look like Mike Ford. Do they not?
No, they do. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
Yeah, what? He'll occasionally run into one, but what's he hitting? Like $150? He's had enough opportunity up here this year.
That's pretty funny, man. I got to figure out this friggin' live stuff. Now, like, our video is all
he's
choppy.
actually hitting 200 now. Oh, no, obviously went down after the last at bat, but he came into the game hitting 200. He's got a negative WAR. That's great. You're very valuable to your team with a negative WAR. Yes, I know, everybody. It's 91 at bats. He has 5 home runs. If you prorate that, that's what you gave him 500 at bats. Would he hit you 25 home runs? Probably, maybe.
Probably. I'm going to stop our stream for a second. We're still live, but I'm going to stop our stream.
The guys from Moe's Tavern on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Let's see if this helps us a little.
What? You would hope that Herman doesn't give up another home run here? To Jacques Peterson? Look at Kershaw. I just don't like the Dodgers. I just don't like them.
Really?
Why, you do? You got some...
It's not that I like them,
you got
but
some
they
great
don't
affinity for the Dodgers?
They just don't bother me, though. Like, they bother you a lot.
It's just yesterday. I guess with the whole calling timeout thing, it really pissed me off. Got him. Throwing that gas.
Oh, Muncy's the one who called the timeout.
No, Kenley Jansen called the timeout.
I don't get it then.
I don't know. You know what? The Yankees aren't protesting the game. Boone said that he wants an explanation from the league, which means to me that they're not happy with what happened. So why not file a formal protest of the game, which is what they should do, because you know what? It didn't look that egregious that, like they called timeout and Gleyber Torres was like 4 steps from home plate, but he clearly left third base when time was granted. And if the second base umpire...
So he was clearly off the bag.
Yes.
Before timeout was granted.
Yes.
That's bullshit, man. So why wouldn't that game be under protest?
Because Boone's...
You have to call it at that moment.
Yes. I believe so. I believe that's correct.
You do. You have to call it within that moment. You have to let the umpire and Major League Baseball know in that moment that you are...
Well, Boone said that it came out and the umpire was like, hey, I killed the play dead. Well, why would you do that? That's not even your play to call dead. The umpire at second base is the one that's watching where all the action is. Kenley Jansen called for... He's not even, like... I don't know. Did he see what was happening at second base? Because when he called timeout, he was clearly looking at... what do you call it? He was clearly looking at the home plate umpire when he called timeout. So
Right.
If he was really concerned about where the ball was, why is he not barking at the second base umpire, telling him, hey, I need time? But he called timeout, in my mind, based on what I saw, because he saw Gleyber was running home. Look at Kershaw. What a bum. Look, A-Rod hit him. Took him deep.
Totally agree with Christian about hating the Dodgers. Muncy faked being hurt so the ump would call time. Said he was soccer style to get the calls. He's a pussy. I agree.
Did you watch the game Friday night?
On Friday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you hear A-Rod in the booth with Kay and
Yes.
Coney? That was great.
I thought he was awesome.
And now people are like, oh, we got to get A-Rod in the booth. A-Rod should come in and do a couple games for the Yankees next year.
Let's see if I can.
If the Yankees are playing, because A-Rod's a busy guy. He's J-Lo's.
Cutting our stream one more time just so everyone knows. We'll be right back. He wasn't good. I never said he wasn't good.
They're not going to turn that.
No, we just got a whole bunch of Wi-Fi issues, I guess.
Oh, that's good. I love Wi-Fi issues. This is my favorite.
I'm just trying to mess with a couple things right now. You know?
Can you just focus on the show, please?
Yeah. I'm focused. I'm ready.
How long has this show been running? You got a timer somewhere?
Yeah. We've been on about a half hour or so.
A half hour?
Yeah.
Where's Ryan? Oh, that's right. Ryan decided that he would rather play fantasy football today than come. You got to give him you got to give Guardy a little bit of credit here, don't you?
I would give him all the credit, but I'm saying, is he the guy? You think he's the guy?
You want to say
the unsung MVP
is somebody that you're not really talking about, and you know what? Why wouldn't it be Guardy? Guardy doesn't get a lot of credit for what he does out there. I mean, he's not hitting a ton right now, but he's still going out there every day. He's still playing a great center field.
Oh, I'm fine with giving it to him. I just don't know if it's him. Would you say
Tommy Kahnle, maybe?
Kahnle's my guy.
You want to say a guy
Tommy
like Tommy
Kahnle's
K?
my guy. He's the guy I think deserves.
You want to as good as guys like Ottavino and what the hell is that?
What?
Oh, your phone's ringing?
Like, honestly, I did a poll, right? And I did a poll. I did a line and a poll. And I asked who's the MVP of the Yankees. I think I finally got this video going. And I thought Tommy Kahnle would get like almost as many votes as DJ. And he got like 2%.
Oh,
bro,
the whole team?
Take away Tommy Kahnle from this team, though.
That's what I was going to say, though. If as good as guys of like Ottavino and Britton have been this year, Tommy Kahnle has really meant a lot to that bullpen to give them a fourth option out there. Imagine if Tommy Kahnle was trash Tommy Kahnle from last year. This bullpen would be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah.
That's something that you don't think about saying.
Listen, I've said it all year. Imagine if this team didn't have Tommy Kahnle right now.
Well, we got Tommy Kahnle. Do we have Red Bull Tommy Kahnle? That's the question. Is he drinking the Bulls again?
He's got to be. See if I can reload this here. Yeah, I mean, seriously, where are we without Kahnle?
He's really, honestly, him stepping up and being a legitimate factor in the bullpen has been a big deal for the Yankees this year.
Absolutely. And, Betances comes back. If Betances comes back healthy, how many innings do we need from our starting pitching next year?
I don't know.
I mean, in the postseason.
I'm still a little worried about Betances. I think we will end up seeing Luis Severino. I just don't know if we'll see Betances. I don't know. I just get that feeling about him. Sevy threw a sim game. When did he throw one? Wednesday, Thursday? Somewhere around there?
I believe it was Wednesday.
And Boone said that he was going again in 5 days, and then if everything came out well from there, he was going on a rehab assignment. So we could be relatively close to seeing Luis Severino. I mean, and then what are you trying to get out of him? 60 pitches? 70?
Yeah. He's going to start at like 15 to 25 pitches or something.
I mean, that's what he's been doing in his sim games. But like once he comes up here and the Yankees say he's ready.
No, once he comes up here, he's going to give you a few innings.
I'm saying, though, are you okay if Sevy just gives – if all Sevy can give you for the rest of the season into the postseason is 60 pitches, you all right with that?
Yeah. if they're a great 60 pitches.
He's Luis Severino, but all he can do is give you 60 pitches. You sign for it?
If it's a good 60 pitches.
I just said he's Luis Severino, but all you can get from him is 60 pitches. Do you sign for it?
Hell yeah, every day of the week. Oh, Booney's barking.
That wasn't a strike, was it?
Yeah, I think he called it a strike.
No, I thought it was 0-2, and then they didn't call it the last. I don't know. I do want to go to a game at Dodger Stadium, though. I think it would be fun.
I would like to get there. I got to go to, it's not Petco anymore. What's the Padres stadium?
No, it's not. It's still Petco.
Is it? Someone told me it wasn't Petco anymore.
I don't know. We can look that up.
I heard everything about that. Just the city itself, the weather. That stadium looks nice. Look at these shadows, though, we got going.
Well, what time is it over there? It's 5 o'clock in L.A.
Gary looks really good again. Yeah.
No, it's still Petco.
How is his batting average so low, though?
It's still Petco because he was in a massive slump from.
Yeah, I know. He was like, what, 1 for 20 something?
He was like 8 for 100, or I don't know. He was really bad for a while there, leading into the injury. Oh, he struck out. He's a bum.
He's a bum. But man, I mean, that's a low batting average.
Yeah, for him.
I just feel like this guy should be hitting in the 250s minimum. Gary's such a good hitter. That's just so.
I don't know. It raises a lot.
But
of
no one
concern.
cares, right? Like, you shouldn't care. The guy's got 29 home runs in how many friggin' games? He's a power hitter. That's it. That's all it comes down to. I guess he's not going to hit for average like we all thought. I thought he was an average guy.
I don't know. It raises a question going forward with Gary Sanchez. Is catcher now his best? Not, it is his best position, but is that his long-term position?
No, well, you had a whole fight with me for a good 20 minutes of what Gary's best position was.
His best position is still catcher, but is that his long-term position?
No, it can't be. But maybe it has to be if he's going to be a Yankee. I mean, do you see Stanton ending up somewhere else before this contract's over?
Probably not.
So, what are they going to do? Ellsbury him? Ellsbury him in the system?
Stanton? I don't know. The difference between Ellsbury and Stanton is that you still see Stanton around. He's in the clubhouse with the team.
Yeah, he doesn't have bronchitis. His bronchitis isn't contagious. They don't mind him. What's Gardy going to complain about here?
He's probably
saying foul ball.
Foul ball. He's not going to get it.
Here's our running timer, by the way.
Oh, yeah? How are we at 45 minutes? You said we were at a half hour, 10 minutes.
That was 15 minutes ago.
Was it? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You want to take a look ahead? What do we got coming up? We got Seattle, right?
Saddle.
What? We got 3 games in Seattle, and then they have a day off again. Finally,
So is that your code for you want to wrap up the show?
No. I'm just trying to look ahead here because they got to win this game, and then they really, if they don't sweep Seattle, they're going to go back at 4-5, like you said. I said 6-3, but obviously that's no longer a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, win tonight, take 2 or 3 in Seattle, and
And you go back 4-5,
and really
which you're okay with.
Which is really no harm is done.
You're okay with that.
You know, and a lot of people were, they were freaking out a little bit. Oh, the Yankees are going to L.A. and I don't know if I said this off air, but I'll say it again. And then the Rays are playing Baltimore. Well, you know what? I did say this on air, didn't I? I feel like I did.
Did you?
But again, the Rays played Baltimore. Everybody was like, "Oh, they'll sweep that series." They lost 2 games. They lost 2 games in that series. So the Yankees, everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna, Yankees are losing. Let's lose their minds." But what did it really cost them? It didn't cost them anything. You're just trying to really, yeah.
Well, that was another thing too. When I did a little bonus show, I was like, when you can walk away getting swept in Oakland, but still having an 8-game lead in the AL East, still having the best record in Major League Baseball, and still having the opportunity, the best record in the American League, and still having an opportunity to come out of this Dodgers series and having the best record in Major League Baseball, which they're not going to do anymore because they lost yesterday, but they still had the opportunity to. When you're going to get swept in Oakland and you still have that type of outcome or that type of opportunity, it's not the end of the world.
You want the Yankees to win this game tonight, because if they do, they'll push the lead back up to 9. It'll keep them tied with Houston for best record in the AL, and it will put them a game behind. It will put them a game behind the Dodgers for best record overall. So it's an important game. This is what people get upset about. When I say these games are relatively meaningless, it's not that I'm telling you that they don't mean anything. I'm telling you that there's no stress factor involved for the Yankees. The Yankees can go on a little bit of a slump here, and
it's okay.
And is it going to affect their postseason standing? If the Yankees lose tonight, and that means that they would have lost, 5 out of 6? Right? No, 6 out of 7?
6 out of 7.
Are they now missing the playoffs because they lost 6 out of 7?
Negative.
That's what I mean when I say that these games are relatively meaningless. The Yankees can go on and have a week where they lose 6 out of 7 games and not be in any danger of missing the postseason.
Right.
Yes, we've said it 100 times on here. Playing for home field advantage is important. The Yankees,
it's crucial.
The Yankees will go to the World Series if they have home field advantage in the American League.
But if they
playoff.
don't, can they still make it to the World Series? Yes.
So yeah,
is it going to be more difficult?
You
yes.
want to ride a little bit of a slump? No, but you can live through it. You can live through it. This is why you play 162 games. This is why you play well over 162, because you go out to the West Coast towards the end of August. That's a tough trip for a team. I'm sorry. I don't care how good you are.
After they just played 19 games in 17 days, had 2 days off within 1 week again? Isn't that what happened? Or they just had 1 day off?
No, they just had the day off.
Double.
They just had the day off on a travel day.
Nice play by Gardy there, but still double.
They just had the day off for the travel day.
So what do you want this team to do? Just go out there and win 162 games? I mean, come on, man. How many times this season can you let's take away the first month of the season, month and a half, right? First month. How many times since they got into the swing of things can you say this team was really just in a rough patch? Twice?
When they lost 3 in a row to Boston, it looked like they were reeling a little bit.
But that was during that stretch when Herman got hurt.
No, that was in the stretch. No, Herman pitched. He was the one that won. He had the only win in that Boston series. Remember, we sat here and we said we're going to learn a lot about Domingo Herman tonight.
Yeah.
Outside, okay. So you want to say?
But that wasn't even that bad, because after they lost those 3 games, they went on and won how many? 8, 9. I'm talking like over more than a week. It was right before the All-Star break, right? Or whenever Herman got put on the IL. That was one of the times.
They lost back-to-back games against Tampa leading into the All-Star break. Both run games. I mean,
anyone watching on YouTube right now, by the way, if you're listening to this on iTunes, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. If you're watching on YouTube right now, especially live, if you want to throw in some questions here for us to answer, or talk about, or discuss, talk
about it.
Here's Kershaw.
That was rough, allowing a double to the 8-hitter. I mean, I know it really might not mean anything with the pitcher coming up here, but you don't want
the lineup to turn over there.
You want to have
Kershaw to start the 5th inning.
Hey, Clayton.
How did CC look yesterday? Obviously good, but how many innings did he go?
4. He was still on a pitch count.
So that's pretty good.
No, he looked good. His stuff.
Because I predicted he was going to get shelled.
His stuff was much better yesterday. He allowed a 2-run home run to.
Does it make you question
Turner? And those were the only runs that the Dodgers scored yesterday.
Does it make you question if you're wrong about maybe him not having any gas left in the tank, or do you still think he's got nothing left?
You know what? If you can give me that, I'll take it. It looks like you maybe have a little bit left, but again, I'm not really. Do I really want to count on him to get me big outs in the postseason? I can't say that. I can't say that there.
No. I'm not sitting here saying that his whatever he does the rest of the way can convince me that he's going to be pitching in the postseason. But can he be a decent enough starter to go out there and still win us some baseball games?
Down the stretch?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Because to me, man, up until yesterday, he's looked so bad. I just didn't think he had
Can he be
anything left
decent
in him.
enough down the stretch? Yeah, he can be decent enough down the stretch. But again, like I'm not really looking at him. Right shoulder contusion for Didi. He'll have
What, on the
X-ray.
hit by pitch?
Yeah.
Someone's got to fucking take one right to the back. I'm sorry, and it should be Muncy. 100%. Let's go now.
Let's win this game.
Yeah, let's win the game. Let's also drill someone.
Again, if the Yankees bust this game open and are up 10-1, yeah, then somebody should take one. But not right now. Let's win this game.
Where do you think they should hit him? Right in the balls?
That'll take some incredible aim to get somebody in the nuts.
Come on. They could do it. Who hit themselves in the nuts with a foul ball?
Probably Gio Urshela.
I think it was No, it was someone else. I forget who.
I don't know. It seems like something Nick Swisher would have done.
Dave Roberts. I loved my tweet the other night when he puts up the four fingers to walk Gary. Can't blame him. And then Didi, first pitch, grand slam. Oh, Buster Olney. I can't stand looking at him.
Apparently, that was Judge's first home run off a curveball this year. So, again,
First of everything in the last week, right? First pulled home run.
Pulled one.
First this, first that, first.
People that sit around saying that type of shit, like, oh, Judge doesn't pull home runs. That's all they do is they sit around and pull shit.
You know what's funny?
Okay?
Yeah, right. They pull shit all day into the garbage can. Do you want to know?
That seems like a lot of work.
Do you know? Did you see how Judge responded when they were like, that was the first home run?
Yeah, and you know what?
He goes, what does that matter?
Yeah, he's like, what does that matter? He's like, fuck you, Meredith.
Fuck you, Meredith.
Like, who told you to ask that question?
Oh, man. What inning are we in here?
We're in the top of the fifth here. We'll keep it rolling until after the Yankees are done batting here, and then we'll wrap up the show. Does that sound good?
Sounds fucking great to me, man. Phenomenal. I got to figure out this live stuff.
So as you can see here, I'm wearing our new That's Baseball Susan t-shirt here.
Susan.
So if you're listening to the show, we're going to offer you, and Chris doesn't know about it, but I'm going to do it without his consent.
Actually, this is cool. I like this.
And he's got to do it on he's got to do it himself. So if you're listening to this show right now, how do you want to give him a really good deal? You want to give him a really good deal?
Let's do this. I want to do this.
What's that? And after we're done recording, we're going to come up with our most popular shirt by far has been the Glaber Gone shirt, correct?
Yes.
We're going to Chris and I are going to brainstorm here after we're done recording, and we're going to come up with an updated new design for the shirt now that Gleyber Torres is an actual power hitter, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So any shirt, any T-shirt on our website will be eligible for this promotion.
Here's what we should do.
What's that?
This is actually, I don't know if this is where you were taking this, but it has led me to this thought process.
It will lead you there.
I think every episode we will have a new code that only lasts for the week or until we record again.
Okay,
I
like
40%,
that.
And the people who listen to our show or watch on YouTube will get that 40 or 40% promo code.
I think we should do something different every week.
Every week.
But I think we should go big for the first week.
Okay.
We should do a BOGO. Buy one, get your second shirt for $1.
Okay. Or free.
No, I think it should be, I like $1.
Okay.
So the code will be Susan. That's the code.
SUZYN.
SUZYN.
If you
That's
use
the
that
code.
You have to go to shop.myysportstalk.com. Use the code Susan, SUZYN.
In any two, it's a BOGO. Buy one T-shirt, get your second T-shirt for $1. Okay.
Danny Tribiohu. That's what
And
I'm
now
gonna call
we'll-
you, Danny Trebiyohu.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know. He just said he thinks Gio. He thinks Gio's the one who hit himself.
He
in the
did,
balls.
Danny. I knew it was.
on,
it was
Danny.
Gio.
Come on, Danny.
No, that's actually Danny Trejo, like the actor.
Is that Danny Trejo, the actor?
Like I think that's that's just his username, like but spelled out like phonetically, like how you would say Trejo. Boy, you have glasses and you can't even read, dog.
Dude, I need such a better prescription than I have right now.
So again, if you're listening to the show and no, this will not be tweeted out anywhere. Okay.
I like sitting on the same side as you. I think we're going to do this from now on.
No, we will not.
Yes, we will.
You have to take a shower regularly if you want
Fine.
to do this. We won't tell you when during the show. It'll just pop
And
up.
anyone watching right now, it's not up yet. We're revamping the shop because we got to be a little more creative now. Ever since the Yankee shirts have gotten big, the Yankees have really cracked down on all of these manufacturers doing these shirts. So we got to revamp some stuff, and this will be up tomorrow morning.
The code will be live when the show goes live, when the show actually goes live on YouTube.
Right.
I mean,
And
on
on
iTunes.
iTunes.
Okay.
So figure Monday morning, if you're watching on YouTube, Monday morning, you can use this code SUZYN, SUZYN, on any shirt. It could be any shirt.
Any T-shirt.
And you
buy one, get one.
for $1.
Buy one, get one for $1.
I like that.
Okay. That will include our new Glaber Gone T-shirt that's coming out that we'll work on later. I love this shirt. It's simple and it's great.
That's baseball, Susan.
That's baseball, Susan. Our Savages T-shirt. We have a bunch of other stuff.
We got some good stuff.
Okay,
man.
and as the weeks and days go on, we'll be working on more stuff. So that's why we are going to offer these exclusive codes to our loyal listeners. Okay, and they're only good until the next episode. So if we decide we're going to do a midweek pod, I know we don't do many of them, but if we decide we're going to do one.
We've really been slacking, but I'm going to try and do these bonus episodes just to get some content out there.
Yeah, but
they won't count.
They won't count.
They won't count
Okay.
to offset the code.
So SUZYN, buy one, get one for $1. So what are our shirts retail for? $24.99? You
No,
can get-
$25.
Okay, $25. So you can get 2 T-shirts for $26. Where are you gonna find that type of deal?
Never, nowhere.
And
that's only exclusive to listeners or anyone watching the show.
okay, so we're going hard on this one. We wanna get the gear. We want you to be rocking NYYST gear. When I go to Yankee Stadium, obviously you're not going to get it by Friday, but I'm going to Yankee Stadium Friday. I'll be there again in September. When I go to that game in September, I want to see the stands flooded with some NYYST gear.
I like that.
And we will help you get there. We will offer you great deals and incentives for purchasing some gear. So
we
support
want to
the
get our
brand.
name out there.
Support the team and
go.
support the brand, okay?
Let's go.
So let's see what Herman's going to do here.
He's going to bunt one right into his face.
Yeah, that'll be great.
That's a good idea, Kershaw. Why are you throwing over?
Because he's going to bunt.
Talkman's actually good.
Talk-
Talkman's actually
You're
fast.
going to talk about it.
He's going to talk about it. Talkman's actually fast, man.
That's something we talk about Gardy, but I think, Mike Talkman and Gardy are tied at the hip right now. They really are when you think about 2020. Do the Yankees look at Mike Talkman as Gardner's replacement?
Oh, that's so difficult, man. I mean, what are you going to do with Clint Frazier? What are you doing with the guy?
I don't think it matters anymore. I really don't think it matters.
What do you mean?
It doesn't matter.
He's so talented. What do you mean it doesn't matter what you're going to do with him? Are you kidding me?
It doesn't. You think the Yankees give a shit about Clint Frazier?
Look at this, the fake bunt.
What did he do?
No, I'm not saying they give a shit about him.
Yeah, and he sat there and he looked at strike 3. So he should have just tried the bunt again. Gun to your head. Clint Frazier is in the Yankees organization opening day 2020.
You know what? Yes, because every single year, every single trade deadline since they've had him, every single time they have an opportunity to possibly trade this guy, I think they're going to, and they don't.
Yeah, but I think this was a little bit different at this trade deadline where the Yankees don't want to just give him up for a bag of balls. And I think teams were trying to get the Yankees to do that and tried to read their
Because they thought
desperation.
they were gonna.
There goes Tachman. He's
gonna go to third.
Now that Cashman will have an entire offseason to work on something, I don't think teams will be able to fleece Cashman for Frazier, and they can actually get something that they want for Frazier. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. I just don't know who's going to be out there that Cashman's even going to go crazy over.
I don't know, but that's for him. He's the general manager, isn't he?
Yeah, but my point is...
Not these maniacs on Twitter. They don't actually run the team. Brian Cashman does, correct?
Yeah, but my point is... You gotta.
Yeah, but you don't. Again, you don't know what's out there. Again, you're right. You don't know what's out there. You don't know what teams are doing,
and you gotta really hope that Cashman's gonna go hard after Garrett Cole.
And what? Okay, let's say he does, and Garrett Cole says he doesn't want to pitch in New York, or another team goes berserk for Garrett Cole and gives him some ridiculous contract where the Yankees are just like, please. So you got to go out there and make a trade for a starting pitcher.
Yeah, then you're gonna get someone for him. But, like, let's just say they do get Garrett Cole, right? Who else is out there at that point? Who else is out there at that point? That you're honestly going to be like, yeah, this is the guy that I need to give up.
Okay, so again, this is a conversation for the winter, but I'm just saying that Cashman will have his time to maybe pick through, maybe not the Mets, maybe not the Red Sox, but the other teams in Major League Baseball, and not just teams that are trying to sell in July. It'll be a little bit different. Won't you say that?
Yes.
Okay. So again, Mike Tauchman, did the Yankees see him as Gardy's replacement? Can you honestly? No. Okay.
I think that
Stan's not getting traded.
I think Stan gets traded. No idea. This is BC23. I don't know what the hell that means, but I kind of like it. I think Stan gets traded. No idea for who or what, but I think Cashman finds a deal to get rid of him in a contract to help pay for Cole and extensions. Keep Tauchman, keep Frazier. Gardy retires. Crazy prediction, but it's a hunch. Here's my. I don't think the Yankees are going to. Who's taking Stan? First of all,
Stan has he has a no trade note.
Stanton has played how many games this year?
9.
So after 9 games, who's taking him? And taking all that money that we're going to free up now, who's going to say, you know what? Fuck it. He only played 9 games. Sure. He's worth all that money. I'll take it. I'll take it off your hands. Who's doing that?
Brian Cashman doesn't hate Giancarlo Stanton. He hates Sonny Gray.
Look.
So he's not going to sell low on Giancarlo Stanton.
The only way you're going to see Stanton traded before his contract is up is if he has a massive year. He needs to have a massive year. If he doesn't have a massive year, his value is nothing because who wants to take on any of that money? Look, as Yankee fans ourselves, right? Not me personally, not you, and maybe not the people listening or watching, but a lot of Yankee fans are like, oh, he sucks for all this money. He can't hit in the postseason. Let's get rid of him. Well, if you feel that way, how do you think other teams are going to leverage that deal? What did he do in the postseason for you, Brian? How many games did he play in 2019, Brian? 9? And he didn't do anything in the postseason? Yeah, you know what? We'll take on 80% of that contract, okay?
The Yankees are not going to give Giancarlo Stanton away, and that's what they would have to do in this offseason.
Rocket TV says, all I got to say is Cashman didn't do his job, and we all know Steinberg would have done his shit. I'm guessing.
You mean Steinbrunner? Because Stuart Stein... Isn't that Steinberg? Isn't that the guy that owns the Rays? Maybe is that who he's trying to reference there?
Would have done his shit.
Okay. I was just...
What's up, Kyle? And Rocket also says, but who's going to take Gardy's spot because Stanton can't play defense that well? Yeah, he can. I think he can play a lot.
Sternberg. I'm sorry. Stuart Sternberg is the owner of the Rays, not Steinberg. Okay. But obviously, Steinberg has neither owned the Rays nor the Yankees, so I don't know who that is.
So what was Brian Cashman supposed to do then? You know what? We don't have to get into that. We got into that already. I mean, look, we're all disappointed that they didn't get a pitcher, right? Even Cashman himself. Even Cashman himself is disappointed. what are you going to do? The what these other teams are asking for is just idiotic.
I mean, we're not going to beat that horse anymore.
No. And like I said the other day too, when I did a little show, you take it player by player, right? You take out of any guys out there right now in their last 5 postseason starts, okay? Who do you trust more in the postseason than Masahiro Tanaka? Anyone? In their last 5 outings, who's been better in the postseason?
Justin Verlander, maybe?
No.
No? Did you actually look this up?
No, I didn't. But you want me to? Can you fill some airtime for a minute while I look that up for you?
Sure. Here's Max Muncy. Deserves a punch in the face. And too bad Ryan's not here to punch you in the face.
Okay, so let's think about this now. After Tanaka, if Sevy comes back, right? If Sevy comes back, and he's Sevy, you don't trust Sevy?
He has a very checkered postseason.
Okay,
history.
Rocket TV saying not even Stroh, but bro, what is Marcus Stroman going to do for this team? Right? Do you know what he's going to do for this team in October?
I don't,
Do you? Do you trust Marcus Stroman in October because he pitched well in the World Baseball Classic? You think that's comparable?
He's hurt right now.
And he's hurt.
Again,
not that that's hindsight's 2020, right? But
just saying.
But what I'm saying is it's Marcus Stroman. Go look at his numbers just because he's having a good year this year. It's still Marcus Stroman. If you want to fight about Trevor Bauer, if he was a true possibility and there was a deal on the table that didn't include Gleyber Torres and then they passed on it, I'd be pissed.
He hasn't pitched well with the Mets. I know it's only 4 starts, 19 innings. He's allowed 11 runs, so he's not pitching well with the Mets. And again, he's going from Toronto where they're dead in the water. They're just playing out the string to the Mets who are playing for something.
Yeah, crazy enough.
So I mean, you want to look at it like that.
But I mean, come on, Marcus Stroman. Here's my point. You take away this season, go look at Marcus Stroman's numbers. We're not even talking about Marcus Stroman any other year. He's had 1 decent year in his entire career, and I like Marcus Stroman. I do. I really do. I think
2017 he had 309.
That was it.
In 201 innings. 2018 he was hurt, 5.54. 2016 he pitched a lot of innings but had a 4.37. His rookie year he was decent. He threw 130 innings, 3.65. So.
And what was the
that
deal
a double
that was
play? Please tell me that was a double play because I looked up and I saw there was no base runners on.
No, he called him out at on a stolen
I didn't
base.
because I said I looked up and I thought maybe he had hit. I wasn't paying attention because I was reading numbers.
Do you think with Sevy's condition he should come off?
What does he have? AIDS?
Bullpen.
His condition. Not that I'm making fun of anybody with HIV or anything like that, but his condition.
When and if Chad Green starts in the postseason, we kind of talked about this.
Does he have like a stutter?
We talked about this last episode. Sevy's best as a starter. He always will be. But if they feel like they can't build him up to be an effective starter in the postseason, what a fucking play. Jesus God.
But the analytics say he sucks.
He sucks. Yeah.
DRZ, guys. His DRZ is bad, okay?
If you're not confident with him as a starter that he's built up enough, but he's still healthy and going to give you effective innings, then yeah, he's fine out of that bullpen role. But I think Severino is most valuable to you as a starter and always will be at this point.
If you look at what the Mets, and I'll say this one last time, and I don't want to ever have to say it again. If you look at what the Mets gave up for Marcus Stroman, you're like, oh, well, how come the Yankees couldn't do that? Because it wasn't on the table for them. It wasn't on the table for them.
What did they want for him?
Apparently, it started with Davy Garcia. Like, that's where it started with Toronto. What Toronto wanted from him. And Davy Garcia, again, prospects.
And now here's the thing.
Prospects are prospects, and I get that. And here, this is something we could talk about real quick. what was I going to say? And I lost my train of thought.
Davey Garcia, Cashman.
Prospects are prospects, right? But when you're looking at when you're asking for a team's top ranked pitching prospect and more, and then you go around and you turn around and you trade him to the Mets for, a guy that might be a number 5 and a guy that's a project, that means that you really didn't want to. You wanted to only do business with the Yankees at your price. You wanted to get more. What's up? Is that Kasim? What's up, bro? You only want to do business with the Yankees if you win the trade.
Right.
You got a bag of shit. You really did get a bag of shit from Marcus Stroman. You could have gotten more from him from a lot of other teams, but you clearly had no interest in making a deal with the Yankees. Okay, so that's just the end of that. Okay, we know when people say Cashman didn't do his job, that's incorrect. He did his job. Brian Cashman did his job. He tried to acquire a starting pitcher. What he didn't do was actually acquire a starting pitcher, and sometimes that's just out of your hands. There's nothing you can do about that.
Ready for this?
What's that?
So we talked about Verlander versus Tanaka in their last 5 postseason starts, correct?
Correct.
Or last 5 postseason outings.
Uh-huh.
Justin Verlander, 29 1/3 in his last 5 appearances in the postseason, 13 earned runs, 3.99 ERA. Masahiro Tanaka.
Seems like really high.
30 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 1.50 ERA.
Uh-huh.
So can you find me anyone that you're more confident in right now? No, you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Now James Paxton pitches like he's got the biggest set of balls in New York the other night against the Dodgers. You're not confident with him on the mound right now? You are. I'm sorry, you are. So where are we in a sense of we can't do this? Why can't we do this?
He went around. We were supposed to end after the last half inning. So now we really should put a bow on this. But as I was saying, right, this is a very interesting topic about prospects or prospects. And do you want to, will a guy like Stroman help? Yeah, a guy like Stroman will help. But you have, you hold a guy like Davey Garcia in a certain regard. You don't want to trade him for Marcus Stroman. You look at what happened to Domingo Acevedo yesterday.
Yeah.
The guy got released.
Right.
Because the Yankees held on to him too long.
But here's the thing.
Is that God? Who hit that? Who was that? Was that Mike Ford? Was that fucking Mike Ford?
That was your boy Ford.
Oh, my God, Mike Ford.
But listen, here's the thing with prospects, man. Right? Here's my thing with prospects. If you're telling me you're getting a bona fide ace for prospects,
I can't believe Mike Ford just hit a fucking home run off of Clayton Kershaw.
40.
That's incredible.
Listen, if you're telling me
he still belongs playing alongside Homer Simpson for the nuclear power plant, but shit, I'll take that.
Listen, if you're telling me you're not giving up prospects for like bona fide aces, then I have an issue with it. Or even someone who's been somewhat of an ace over his career. But when you look at a guy like Marcus Stroman, stop looking at it right so narrow-minded. What if the Yankees are that high on Davey Garcia, as high as they come off to be? Is Davey Garcia not better than Marcus Stroman from what they think?
Not for 2019.
Not for 2019, but again, we have question marks of what is Marcus Stroman in the postseason? Right? Who was Marcus Stroman in the postseason? Do you know?
When did he probably has postseason experience. Right? He was on that Blue Jays team.
By the way, anyone who just tuned in, we did have the live stream of the game going, but I think it was messing up our video too much. So I cut it, and we were supposed to cut it an inning ago.
Marcus Stroman has 5 starts in the postseason. He's pitched how many innings? 30 innings with a 4.40 ERA in the postseason. So that's it. And he hasn't pitched in the postseason since 2016. I mean, it's not a great sample size, but it's not something that you'd be looking at and you're like, oh wow.
No.
Yeah, and then what were we saying? Domingo Acevedo. The Yankees just released him. They just said goodbye because they needed a 40-man roster spot for I can never
And
remember.
Acevedo was supposed to be this big time guy, right?
Yeah, and he was a guy that he would have been a nice piece in a trade that the Yankees could have packaged and
Right.
gotten somebody, but they held on to him too long. The same thing happened with Chance Adams. The Yankees clearly held on to Chance Adams too long. Chance Adams has no trade value whatsoever right now.
Right.
So, you don't want to hold on to guys too long. You don't. But again, if you put I always like to equate things to dollar amounts. If you put a dollar amount on players, and Marcus Stroman's worth 89 cents, right? And the Mets traded 48 cents worth of players for Marcus Stroman, but the Blue Jays wanted $1.50 from the Yankees. Yeah, why would you make that deal if you're Brian Cashman? You know you're getting fleeced.
It's all about valuing these players before you go into anything. And you start low, obviously, and you work your way up to a ceiling that you've set. You set that ceiling. And if it doesn't make sense, if they want to pass that ceiling, then you're not going to do it, because you want to know why? Because you're a good businessman.
Like I always say, you want to go $1, you want to go $1.10, you want to go $1.15. Fine, you got to overpay a little bit. I understand, but to have an egregious overpay, that's stupid. That's bad business.
I say this all the time. This is my best analogy, right? If there's a house on the market and it's going up for bid for auction, and you have an appraiser go over there and tell you
Why does Judge look mad?
It's worth $1 million, right? And then the offer that comes in is $2 million or $3 million. Are you going to just offer $4 million just to get the house? No.
You're going to go look for another house.
No, you're going to go look for another fucking house. You want to know why? Because you're not stupid. And that's why you have one of the best teams in baseball, because you haven't been stupid.
All right.
If the offer's $1.5 million and that's a house you really want, then maybe you're saying, you know what, maybe it's worth it to go in a little bit more. But when the offer's $5 million or $4 million and the value on it you have is $1 million, you're looking for another house. Find yourself another house.
All right, as Gary Sanchez is fouling off 100 foul balls against Kershaw here, let's just wrap up the show here. So we're we're in the 6th inning here. We'll see how this one turns out. Yanks currently have a 3-1 lead, so hopefully they hold on. This would be a nice win for them to grab here. Take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers, and kind of erase the bad feelings in Oakland. Then they'll head to Seattle, where they do play well against a bad team. 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Be on the lookout for Wednesday, because Wednesday is that's just a terrible swing by Sanchez. That Wednesday is
That's just terrible.
Wednesday is a 4:10 start, so people be getting out of work. Maybe come home, catch the game in the 4th or 5th inning while you're eating some dinner there. And then we won't promise anything, but we'll try for a midweek pod this week. Maybe Thursday, since it's an off day.
Yeah.
I think Thursday might work out well for everybody.
We definitely should.
Okay. So we'll be on the lookout for, definitely. That's what things look like here. So, Monday we got nobody's pitching this week. Both teams are TBD tomorrow. Yankees are TBD Tuesday versus Kikuchi.
So that sounds like what? An opener?
Oh, look at this on Wednesday. Our old pal, Justice Sheffield, will be starting for the Seattle Mariners.
And I hope the Yankees tee off on him.
So there you go. So, again, if you're still listening, Susan, Suzyn, will get you a BOGO on T-shirts on the NYY Sports Talk fan shop. So put that code in, buy one, and get the second for $1. $1 will make you holler. Holler for that second T-shirt, okay? I hope Stat Guy, right? You know what? As long as he doesn't draft any New York Giants, I really hope that he doesn't draft like Saquon Barkley. As I say this, I hope that every player that Stat Guy Rye drafted tears his ACL.
Thanks. That's great. That's great.
That's what he fucking deserves for skipping out on the show today.
It's a big draft, man.
You know if he had number 1? overall?
I don't know. I didn't even ask him.
Because I heard Barkley's going number 1 in a lot of leagues.
I don't
so.
care. I hate football.
But I'm just saying, I'm still, you know what? I'm still a Giant fan. I don't want to see Barkley because that might be our lone bright spot this year. I don't want to see the guy tear his ACL, but I hope all Stat Guy Rise players tear their ACL.
That's great.
Don't you think Stat Guy Rise deserves that?
I agree.
Okay. So thank you for listening to episode 140 of the NYYST podcast. Follow us on Twitter at NYY Sports Talk. Chris, say goodbye.
Peace.